Hello, and welcome everyone to Global Celebration Ideas from around the world. I am Jadiksavi Jalva, and I am so thrilled and excited and looking forward to hearing how many ways you all are celebrating the holidays, but also all about your cultures, your traditions, your heritage, and ways that we can really become one community. I cannot wait to hear from all of you, but I want to bring my colleagues on. So here's Feli.
¡Hey, hermana! Buenos días, buenas tardes o buenas noches, dependiendo de qué parte del mundo nos acompañan. We're so excited to be here with you all. We're going to have an awesome conversation about what we love the most, right? Global celebration and global collaboration. And with us, hermana mía, is also our beautiful friend,
Andy. Hey, that's me. So I am so happy to join everybody around the world as we celebrate you. And this is just a beautiful day that we can connect, celebrate, and share all together. And, really, as we start every Flip event, everything, this is really a special thing because it's our mission to make learning fun and empowering for everyone. And that's exactly what we're doing here is we are wanting to make every day fun, but empower everybody to respect the diverse voices of others. So as we get started, share, where are you? What school district are you with? And we'd love to, give you a shout out. So, yeah.
But Andy, as folks are sharing and speaking of empowerment and diversity and fun, we have on some holiday sweaters.
Absolutely.
So also
I see some Minecraft and seasonal, some snow there. Yep. And I love it. And the snow, yes. And I've got the Windows Ugly sweater for the year. And so great celebration there with Windows.
Pero definitivamente conéctense con nosotros en social. Let us know what part of the planet, what part of the globe you're joining us from. Y también mándale un saludo a su institución educativa. Just like Andy's, like, what part of the planet, what part of the world are you joining us from? We will love to connect with you. So please follow us on social media and follow us on social media as well. Our Twitter handles or X handles are already on the screen. Super happy to be here. And what do you think, my friends, if we start? Because I know this conversation is going to be amazing. ¿Qué les parece si comenzamos?
Yes.
Yeah. And as I do want to give a shout out, say, hey, Monica. And I mean, we have some great friends from Ghana. Hey, Omar, love the sweaters. And, hey, Dr. Harves, Michael, so great to see everybody. So this is just wonderful to see everybody join in. And I just love, this is excellent. So welcome everybody to our event. So let's dive in and keep on celebrating.
So I know we have some special educator videos that we want to share today. But before we get right into it, I just want to know, how do you all celebrate holidays? So Andy, you want to have a quick share as to how you celebrate your holidays?
Yeah. So, our holiday, kind of a blend right after, here in the United States, we have Thanksgiving, and then we kind of start doing that overhaul. We wait till after Thanksgiving to start decorating, but we, decorate for Christmas. And then actually just this last week, I, put some lights on the tree outside. And so it's just a slow process to build up for the holiday.
Oh, I love that. You got me at the build up, right? Start off slow, and then by the time Christmas comes, it's like your entire house is covered in lights.
Absolutely. Things are busy. Yeah.
Hermana mía, ¿y tú?
Mira, hermana, the beauty of being Mexican American, right, is that we celebrate in English, but we also celebrate in Spanish. So that's the beauty of bringing both cultures into our house. So we get all the celebrations from the United States, but we also get all the celebrations from mi Mexico querido, and we celebrate. It's all about being with your friends, with your family. Y también lots of food, oh my God, and lots of music, right? Which is the arts, right? What we have, like, and a lot of things that we have. Uh, we share these among each other because I don't think it matters what part of the planet you are. We all celebrate with music. We all celebrate with the arts. We all celebrate with family and friends. So maybe we think we're different, hermana, but we're not.
Oh,
We're not. We're not. And
Yes.
it's the beauty of this, right? And I get so passionate when we talk about culture, right? Because the more we know about each other, the more we love each other.
Oh, I love that. And the more we embrace each other, right? So I'm going to make this quick. As an Afro Latina, I celebrate Christmas kind of like all year round. But right after Thanksgiving is when we begin our celebrations. We begin to think about what the table is going to look like. My family loves to eat. And so we try to think about who's going to make what dishes. Traditionally, my aunt makes the ham that is given. My aunt also makes the potato salad. I make the chicken now. My mom isn't here, so I'll be making the chickens, and also the mac and cheese, even the collard greens. And those are things that I've actually learned from my African American friends here. But I want to learn about what educators are doing. So I think we're kind of ready to roll that first video. What do you say?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
So we have a world language teacher, Senor Fritz from California, who actually has a video for us.
And because this is a conversation highlighting ideas from around the planet, around the world, let's watch a short video from our dear friend, right? El Señor Fritz. He is...
Hola, I'm Jason Fritz, and I teach elementary Spanish in Laguna Beach, California. And this is our Que Pasa newsletter. And this newsletter features Hispanic Heritage Month. So if you would like to click on the link, you can check out some of the fun things that we did at both elementary schools. We created Club Ritmo, and we were out on the plaza, on the patio, learning different dances, cumbias, sevillanas. We also met children from Spanish-speaking countries on Flip, using CBB's videos with 4th and 5th grade learners. We really focused on strengthening our heritage Spanish program for heritage Spanish students and building literacy with them. And we've got some new things in the works, and also some professional literature for why it's important to support all heritage languages, not just heritage Spanish. It features our elementary Spanish program, but most of all, I want you to see how we celebrated la independencia de Mexico. We celebrated Colombia dancing cumbias out in La Plaza with faculty from both schools. We also had student teachers guest teaching La Macarena, and also Sevillanas, a dance from southern Spain. Muchas gracias.
And I got so excited to show you his video that I pressed the button before I finished my sentence. Sorry about that, but it's like, Señor Fritz, eres lo máximo. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful activity, right? A fantastic way I noticed that he's not only honoring his students' cultural backgrounds, but he's also establishing meaningful connections with others within his community, and most importantly, right, globally. And I love the app smashing he did right there with Book Creator, our friends from Book Creator. Besitos a nuestros amigos. What do you all think?
I love it, and I really love. I mean, the newsletter Que Pasa, that, I mean, celebrating the dances, having families share about what they like about Hispanic Latino cultures, and I mean, it's really great to have that open for people to share and learn together. I love it. Great work, Jason.
What I love is that celebrations is 365 days a year, right? It does not only have to be during a national holiday. You can celebrate culture and heritage and individuality any time of the year. And that's what that video was. Like, as he was speaking, I was like, yes, and yes, and yes. And as the pages were flipping, I was like, I want more. I want more. I wish this video was like 5 minutes long. But it's the idea of accepting the differences in the diversity that exists and then acknowledging enough to know, hey, I want to learn more because I know the more I learn about you, then the more I can learn about the world that we live in.
Definitely, hermana, definitely. And yes, Andy, and look at all the reading and the writing the kids did, right? So he implemented all of the language domains right here in that specific project. And it's a perfect example of PBL, like how you can bring this app smashing into your classroom and celebrate our students from everywhere. So, woohoo! So, my friends, with that in mind, we have another amazing video. This video, I know it's going to be amazing as well. It's our friend Jimena desde Madrid, España. So let's take a look. Vamos a ver a Jimena.
I like making my students aware of global differences by using grid pulse, finding a school with whom we can have any sort of cultural exchange and work on that. For example, last year I had a German exchange with a German school for my German learners, and we created topics in common about different sort of celebrations during the year, Halloween, Christmas, Easter holidays, etc. And it was awesome because it was a way of getting kids involved with a different culture and learning from a different culture while using Flip. And it always works. I love that.
And we love you, Jimena. We love you. We love our community. That was amazing. So thank you so much, Jimena, for sharing such wonderful ideas, right? And as language educators, well, as educators, not only language educators, but every educator, right? Our goal is to foster communities among our students, right? Ay, Dios mío, I'm so excited que ya no sé ni qué estoy diciendo. Hold on. It's foster communication and connection, there we go, among our students. So our students are going to be enabled to gain a deeper understanding of other people and the entire planet. So it's about understanding, right? And with that understanding comes learning. And then we combine these two y creamos una gran resultado, which is love and respect for each other. ¿Qué les parece, mis amigos? ¿Qué les parece, Jimena?
I totally agree. And I think it's also about inclusivity, right? The idea that you're actually including me into this exchange and I get to share a little bit about myself while learning from someone else. I think it is spot on. I love the idea of exchanges. You all know that. But also because you get to learn from someone else that might look like you, but live somewhere totally different. And for those who don't look like you, guess what? I may not ever leave my community, but I know that I can then learn about the world from the comfort of my home or classroom.
I couldn't agree more on that. And that's actually something that, when you make those classroom connections globally, extending that bubble that would be your immediate community and extending that outward, you learn how we're much more alike than we think. And those connections and memories last a lifetime. I will have to kind of have a side connection story to that. Is about 5.5 years ago, I had a, grid pal connection, just like, we hear about all the time, but we connected with New Zealand and Israel and Australia, Wisconsin, my school here in Indiana. And I had a student who just last week I was crossing paths, and he's like, do you remember when we did that? And that was 5.5 years ago. And so that is what these connections do, is that they help each other, help students, but help everybody learn about different cultures and how we are much more alike than we think.
And happy students, happy teachers. Our babies are happy, we are happy too, right? And it's a great way to empower our babies, every single one of our students. And when our babies feel empowered, we feel empowered too. And we continue this. Es como una cadenita, ¿verdad? Así que se va, se va. And I know, Andy, you have an excellent activity for us today. Y sé que va a estar impresionante, and you're going to be empowering all of us, right? With creativity. We're going to be talking about critical thinking. And of course, we're going to be talking about, ya saben, all the language domains in this activity. Así que, Andy, we can wait, my friend. Dale, dale, dale.
Are we ready for that?
Yes.
All right, game on. All right, so let me share my screen here. That one, I just love that with Microsoft, we have a great thing going on with Microsoft Designer and simply making your holiday a masterpiece. And so through here, this is just a beautiful page. Please take a moment and check it out, explore this, because using Microsoft Designer, adding in and filling in a prompt to say, what's your holiday like? And it generated this image. And so that's exactly what they did here was, and I'll hover over these different prompts of having a celebration for Hanukkah. And so it generated through that prompt this image. And so each of these has its own special little description, but then also the video that goes with it. And so going through, these are just amazing, unique creations through Designer, and the stories that go behind them with the origami design here, and for Lunar New Year, and each of these is so special. So please take a moment. These are just beautiful, and I want to definitely share how we can now take that idea, and we have a topic that we have created just for today for you to be able to go in, and this is part of our Think It, Flip It group, where taking that prompt, and I've created a prompt here where then you can go in and add in and use it for your background. Tell your story of why that creation is so special. And so when you do select that link to the Microsoft Designer prompt, I've kind of customized it to fill in that you just fill in the gaps to make that easy for you to create and then share. And so even just doing one before, today's celebration, here's another one that I just remember as an example of, searching for a tree, for a Christmas tree, going through that forest, through that woods. And so you fill in the gaps and it generates this image. And it just is one of those special, memories of just how in the moment, in the memory, you visualize it one way, but this is now like taking from an outside view. And you can then download that, add that right into your flip response. And just like you see here with, some great examples from the team and, the community, please take a moment and share yours. We'd love to hear about your family traditions and celebrations.
Oh, I love this. I love all of it. And my biggest takeaway from doing this activity, Andy, first and foremost, thank you for creating this opportunity for us to really explore with Microsoft Designer. My biggest takeaway was trying to figure out how I describe myself and how I describe my family celebrations. Because usually I just say, well, we're dancing and singing around a tree. We have tamales, we have fruitcake, we have coquito. And this time I had to be really descriptive with the appearance of an Afro-Latina. What do we look like? What are the things that we like to do? So I love it because it became a reflective moment for me. So thank you.
Absolutely. And we've seen, if you've been on social recently, Microsoft Designer had a great prompt for a 3D rendering. And so it does make you think, how would you describe yourself? Being specific and descriptive. And so I tried to make that easy. And so you just fill in the gaps, but you can add in whatever details make sense to you. And when you hit that generate, you'll be surprised of what kind of creations there are. But I would love to encourage you, please go through and check out this entire page and the explanations and the stories behind each of these creations. They are beautiful.
I love it. Can I
Ay,
sing?
Dios mío, ya estoy acá yo teniendo una conversación conmigo misma en my microphone apagado. Siempre me pasa. So sorry about that. But Andy, I was saying, thank you so much for creating this activity for us. It's super amazing. And something that I wanted to share, going back to what you were saying, Hermana, that it's like, I think everybody has a different way to celebrate all of this, right? So this AI is going to bring your imagination, right? What you have right here, and it's an opportunity, a perfect opportunity for our babies to see, and for us as teachers to see, right, in a picture what our babies are thinking. Because when we were planning for this, right, and Andy sent us this prompt, I was like, and I don't know if you can see it right here, but I have my Christmas tree, but I have it decorated with Dia de los Muertos. I love Dia de los Muertos. It's a very special holiday for me, but I also love Christmas. So I'm like, why can I have, I mean, I've been celebrating Dia de los Muertos desde el 1 de noviembre, right? So we've been celebrating desde noviembre, and we're going to continue celebrating all the way hasta el Dia de los Reyes. So why not combining the two of them? So when Andy sent us the prompt, I was like, oh, this is what I see. This is my perfect Christmas. This is my perfect celebration. And oh my God, Microsoft Designer created a beautiful, beautiful Christmas tree, all decorated with my favorite holiday, right? It was just amazing. And I want to thank you for that, Andy, because I'm thinking about the connections that we can do in the classroom, like the visualization that you said, Hermana. I'm thinking we can have our students use Designer, right? Microsoft Designer, and maybe generate an image that reflects their analysis of a poem, right? Un poema, la poesía. They can use symbols, imagery, theme, mood, tone. What am I missing? Or a rhyme scheme, right? Rhyme scheme,
Mhm.
super important. And then they can also bring, just like Andy created all of this, porque Andy creaste so many ideas in our minds, Andy. So they can bring this image of their poem on Flip and add all of the creative elements from our amazing camera and explain their interpretation of the poem, right? Because we as educators know that if our babies can verbalize it, they can internalize it. So important to bring the creativity into our amazing camera, right? Which works beautifully with app smashing. Ya lo vimos, gracias al señor Fritz. And then we can have this for our babies. If we can verbalize it, we can internalize it. Pero I go back to you, my friends, porque I can be here with you todo el día.
But I really want to hear from our community. So wherever you're tuning in from, in the chat, or even tweet it out, how do you celebrate from where you are? What do you and your family do? I know I looked in the chat and most people were talking about food, and I got so hungry that I had to close the chat. But share with us, how do you celebrate with your family and your friends?
Yeah, and that's what makes it so special is that everybody has their own unique traditions and celebrations, and sometimes it's just what fits that family and what makes sense to them. And when two families come together, then you kind of blend and merge those traditions, and maybe sometimes create new ones, or you hear about someone's what they do, their tradition, and how they celebrate. It's like, oh my gosh, like I want to do that, and then it just creates a new new vision and new perspective, which it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree. Hermana mía, do you have a video to share with us?
Sí, mi vida linda. Let me share my screen with you all. Denme un segundito, porque I know, hermana, you have also amazing ideas and more information for our beautiful community. Aquí les va. Pero tengo un videíto en Flip, por supuesto. Aquí va, aquí va, aquí va. A veces la tecnología, aquí, share screen, entire screen. ¡Ah! Aquí está. ¿Ya lo pueden ver?
Yes.
Mira nada más. So, So right here, my friends, what I did, thanks to Andy and the beautiful ideas he shared with us. So this is one of my favorite poems from Sandra Cisneros, and it's my name. And I was just like, it was just beautiful to oh, sorry, let me stop, there we go, sorry. So it was just beautiful to see, right, to have the idea that I have, the interpretation that I have of the poem, and see it how Microsoft Designer was gonna bring everything that I had, the ideas that I have in my mind, and create a beautiful picture about it. And then I downloaded the picture just like Andy showed us, brought it into Flip, and I used the audio option and all the text options that we have as part of our camera to bring the poem into life. And then I think it's our babies like narrating, right, or telling us, reading the poem for us. It's just a beautiful way to celebrate everything that is happening into the classroom. And I know after that we can, from that video, we can create a QR code, well, an AR code, right, an augmented reality code that we can share with parents or we can share with other teachers. And it's just, the love keeps growing and growing and growing. So thank you for that, Hermana, because I had the video, but I forgot to share my screen. But yes, I have it.
You're great. No, and I love hearing about the traditions from everybody in the call right now. So keep on adding those. Like Monica, on Christmas Eve, we wait till the first star in the sky to start dinner. And that is just like when you just one that gives me chills. Like you have your eyes up and you are just in the moment and letting it just naturally unfold. And that is just a beautiful thing, to let it just, you aren't in control. And that is what I think what makes it so special is we always are in this hustle of the season and trying to make it perfect and exactly timely with what you expect it to be. But when you let go and you just are in the moment and you just wait, that waiting, just like we said, that build up, and you let it just occur naturally, then the suspense, the excitement is there for everybody.
And thanks. Our community is sharing so many ideas with us, and that's the beauty, right? The beauty of having this amazing community, but we grow together. And like our friend Anne says, siempre somos mejores juntos.
Oh, and the learning doesn't stop, right? So what I want to do before we have to jump off is to share some of those global exchanges that he may not even mention, right? The idea of bringing classes together in a way where students are respecting diversity and respecting culture. And so here we have an example of the Flip Global Cultural Exchange, where students from all over the world across 6 continents were able to share about their daily lives, the alignment to sustainable development goals, the food that they love to eat, and even the cultural dances. So this is an example of one of our global cultural groups and exchanges. And remember, guys, this is absolutely free. All of the resources are already created for you as a teacher, but also your students. We even share how to use immersive reader to make this possible. I love seeing that Monica was in the chat, and also Citizen. How you doing? They participated in the global exchanges, but we have another exchange coming up, and it is the Global Music Exchange in partnership with Soundtrap for Education. It is free, and through this you have 2 months access of Soundtrap for Education. Your students are going to be able to make music, beats, and podcasts together. But not only that, they can collaborate with students from around the world to make beats. And that's exactly what we're going to do with this exchange that begins in January. So I'm excited. I am super excited for this. And I think I have about 1 minute left. So I just want to share with you all what's coming up in Flip in regards to our PDs, in regards to our live events. So drum roll, please. We have career in coding coming up If you and your students are now embracing the idea of coding, this is a session you won't want to miss with Minecraft Education. And we also have another segment coming up, right? Unlocking tomorrow's innovators, elevating creativity and critical thinking through coding with our one and only Journée Armand. You don't want to miss this on December 13th. And remember, if you can't tune in live with your classes, there's always time to catch the playback.
And I love the playback. Yeah, I mean, that's what's great is that have, hundreds of kids that they can use that replay and be able to provide that for every class and be ready for when it is used in a later unit or bookmark it, have it saved for next year as well. But definitely register so that you get those reminders, you get that recording, playback for it too.
Oh, yeah. And what's the link? aka.ms/flip
events.
So
y recuerden que todos nuestros eventos son completamente gratis. All of our events, just like our platform is free, our flip events are free, and also our professional development is free. ¿Verdad que sí, hermana? ¿Verdad que sí, Andy? Completamente gratis para todos ustedes. And we want to thank you. I know we are at time and we want to be very respectful of your time, but we want to thank you all for being here with us this beautiful day, sharing these beautiful ideas. Again, hermana mía, muchísimas gracias. Andy, muchísimas gracias. Amazing ideas. And every single one of you who was here with us, or maybe you're watching the recording, share your ideas with us, right? Entre más ideas tengamos, mejores docentes nos convertimos. Hermana.
And wherever you are, happy holidays, happy celebrations. And we are here to support you in any and everything. I am sending you all love. Andy?
Absolutely. And as you celebrate with your family and your community, we want to celebrate you. So please make sure that you connect and share with us those aha moments, those great celebrations, and what you're doing every day in your classroom and in your community. So please connect and share with us, as I know that our time, we're limited here in this moment as we are on screen, but we want to keep the celebration going on with you all the time. So please connect with us and share with us out there on social as well.
Share your voices, share your hearts, felices fiestas. Y como dice Journée, if you can think it,
you can flip it.
Muchas gracias. Mucho amor, besos.